We're going to solve this quadratic equation using factorization method and quadratic formula. All right, so let's focus on factorization method first. So the first thing is, let me write this 5 a little better than that. All right, so 2 multiplied by 3 is 6. Find the LCM of 6. All right, we need 2 numbers. When we add or subtract, we get -5. All right, so instead of writing -5x, I'm going to write -6x plus 1x. So I'm writing everything over. Instead of writing -5x, I'm writing -6x plus 1x. So I'm going to deal with these 2 terms first. Since I have a plus, that's what I'm starting off with. And I'm going to write it, it's understood. Highest number that could go into 2 and 6 without leaving a remainder is 2. Lowest x power between x squared and x is x, open bracket. Once you dealt with the sign, number, and variable, you open brackets. All right, when you divide in 2 same signs is a positive, understood. 2 into 2 is 1, writing it for emphasis. X into x squared is x. When you divide in different signs is a minus. 2 into 6 is 3, and x into x is 1, close bracket. All right, whatever sign we have here, we deal with this now. Whatever sign we have here, we write it back, positive. Highest number that go into 1 and 3 without leaving a remainder is 1. No x in common, meaning you're not seeing an x here and an x there. So we open brackets. When you divide in 2 same signs, it's positive, understood. 1 into 1 is 1, writing it for emphasis, put back the x. When you divide in 2 different signs, it's a negative. 1 into 3 is 3, close brackets, equal to 0. All right, continuing. Because we have same set of terms inside of here, we're on the right track. All right, so I'm going to pull out these 2 terms. So when I pull out these 2 terms, we realize that these 2 terms would remain. So I have x minus 3, 2x plus 1. I group these 2 terms afterwards. All right, so let me say that over. When I pull out these 2 terms, when I pull out this term, which is x minus 3, we see 2x plus 1 remaining. That is what I put in the brackets here. Now remember, everything is equal to 0. So we have x minus 3 equals 0. When we transpose, x is equal to 3. We have 2x plus 1 equals 0. 2x is equal to -1. X is equal to -1 over 2. Now, what I like to do, I like to name my x. This is x1, meaning the first x, and this is x2, the second x. So x1 is 3, x2 is -0.5. If somebody have x1 as -0.5 and x2 is 3, doesn't matter, all right? Doesn't matter. Now I'm going to use the quadratic formula. And when I use the quadratic formula, I'm supposed to get the same answer. I'm supposed to get 1x will be 3, and the other x will be -0.5. So let's deal with that now. The quadratic formula is write a little better than that, 4e c all over all right, so the quadratic formula, minus x equals to minus b plus or minus the square root of b squared minus 4ac all over 2a. All right, so writing down 2x squared, and this is the general form. So when we compare, we see A is equal to 2, B is equal to -5, and C is equal to -3. All right. So you remember you have to take the sign to the left of the number. So A is +2, B is -5, because this 5 has a negative sign, and C is equal to -3. Take the sign to the left of the number. Continuing, we're going to do the substitution now. So we have x equals minus b. B is -5. So I put, all right, minus b. B is -5. Plus or minus, let me make this negative sign a little better than that. Plus or minus the square root of b squared, -5 squared, minus 4e is 2, and c is -3. And all over 2 by e, which is 2. All right. So when you do this, you just quickly verify, okay, b is -5, b is -5. E, we have e is equal to 2, and c is equal to -3 over 2e, which is 2 by 2. Nice, we're on the right track. We're simplifying now. When you're multiplying same signs, it's positive. So we have 5 here, plus or minus the square root. -5 squared is 25, right? When you're multiplying two different signs, it's a minus, and two same signs, it's a plus. 4 2s are 8, 8 3s are 24. Two times 2 is 4. So we have 5 plus or minus the square root of 49 divided by 4, which is equal to 5 plus or minus 7 over 4. All right, so x1, I like to use plus first. I'll have 5 plus 7 over 4, and x2, I'll use 5 minus 7 over 4. So x1, I'll just use the plus, 5 plus 7 over 4, and x2, I use the minus. That's why you're using the plus or minus, right? That's where the plus or minus going to separate. So 5 plus 7 over 4 is 12 over 4. So we see x1 is equal to 3, and x2, 5 minus 7 is -2 over 4, and that is equal to -0.5. x2 is equal to -0.5. If you look across here, we see x1 is 3, x1 is 3, x2 is -0.5, x2 is -0.5. So it doesn't matter which method you use pertaining to this question, we get the same answer. There are some quadratic equations that cannot be factorized, so you are restricted from using factorization method. You have to use quadratic formula, right? When it can be factorized, if they ask you to solve a quadratic equation that can be factorized, whether you use factorization method or quadratic formula, you're supposed to get the same answer. So that's it for solving a quadratic equation using factorization method and the quadratic formula.